I'm gonna show you why going from this to this is plain wrong. Naughty.
Early in the morning,
Welcome back to the channel, guys. You already know who it is. It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice. I've been umming and ahhing about making this video for the longest, and I mean, this is going to be one of my first ever videos that I created for the channel, and I never got around to it. And the reason why that was is because when you talk about race as a minority, and when you hold a mirror up to society and you show people what the world's actually really like, and kind of trying to show people social dynamics and their position in the social standing and their position in the hierarchy and how social dynamics interact XYZ. When you do that and you hold a mirror up to someone and society, a lot of people don't like it because they don't like the truth and they don't like what they see. And I largely mean white people. Now, when I say white people, disclaimer, I do not mean all white people. Please, I don't. I was raised by a white mother. I've got half my family are white. This isn't one of those ones there. I literally, when I say white people, I mean that specific type of white person where they can't seem to open their mind. They're a bit defensive, a bit stubborn, can't seem to accept there's a reality beyond the only experience they've had. That's what I mean when I say white people. So just for the record, that's what I mean. But really and truly, if you watch this video and get offended by anything that I say in this video and you're white, it purely means you just don't get it. I actually don't even want to see one dislike on this video because I'm not trying to attack no one. This is purely educational, for wholeheartedly. Like, if I see one dislike on this video, it's because you don't get it, baby. You actually don't get it and you're not opening your mind. So before I start, if you're new, please subscribe. If you're not new and you're new, whatever, please hit the like button. But I would really, honestly, this video is so important, and I would really, at the end of the video, please reflect. And if you've learned something, you can share with your friends, share with your colleagues, WhatsApp group, whatever. Like, it's one of them ones there. I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, let's get into the damn video. First things first, what is blackfishing? The definition of blackfishing is basically someone trying to pass off as another race through appropriating this race's features. What I mean by that is, for example, a white woman darkening her skin, curling her hair, and then changing her lips, whether it's through surgery or makeup, whatever it is, like completely transforming. Again, let me just pause there. It's not illegal to spray tan, fake tan, whatever. If you want to get a tan and you want to, that's fine, do your thing. If you want to get lip fillers, fine, do your thing. You want to curl your hair, fine, do your thing. I'm not saying that as little individual things they're wrong, of course not. But when someone, a white woman who doesn't look like this on a daily basis, completely transforms herself to portray an image that you're of a different look and you have different features, things like that, for whatever your kind of motive is, it's wrong. And I'm literally gonna explain why in a hot second, but let me give you some examples, right? So the first example that we've already mentioned in passing was that bad Barbie girl. If you don't know who that is, remember that girl from years back, the Cash Me Outside, like that white girl who was like 15, 16 at the time. Never heard a white girl talk like that in my life. And she got famous for saying like, cash me outside and this, that and the other. So she's now a rapper. She's got 17 million followers now. She's recently uploaded pictures onto Instagram now where she looks completely different. Completely and utterly different. She's got this long red weave on, or I don't think she's dyed it because she has different hair every day. So it's long red weave on. Her skin is completely different to what it was the day before and the day after, and her lips are extra full. You know, things like that. She looks completely different. We all know that's not her race. We know what she looks like. That's a mild example of blackfishing. Oh, actually, it's not mild. What I'm talking about, it's blackfishing, but there's more extreme examples. Let's have a look at this girl. Who remembers Emma Hallberg? A Swedish girl who kind of went viral a couple of years ago based on the fact that she got called out. So she had about 10k followers on Instagram. Someone on Twitter called her out for blackfishing. It went mad ultra viral, and then she's now amassed 400,000 followers on Instagram. Anyway, this girl is a white girl, and all the pictures she uploads are very, very dark, like kind of darker skin to what she looks like. Very full lips. She'll wear braids and this and that, and she's passing off as a race that is entirely not her own. Look at her hair, proper curly in a bun. Like, that is not you. That is you pretending to be something you're not for whatever reason. Third and final example. Please cast your eyes to this. As you can see, this guy right here, He's captioned it, F my white skin, white to dark. And as you can see, the guy is putting black makeup all over his face, and he's darkened it with a nice caption about, F my white skin, this, that, we are all beautiful, this look was inspired by that, amazing. How cute. How cute, we're all beautiful, amazing. You're probably sitting there thinking, what's wrong with that caption? He said that, you know, screw my white skin, you know, black, we're all beautiful, this is inspiration. The same guy, yeah, who did that same guy there got a lot of backlash for that post, a lot of hate, right? One person commented on that, explaining why it's wrong. His reply back to this lady was, you look like a burnt N-word who should be back picking cotton. Does that sound like someone who believes that black is beautiful? Does that sound like someone to you who truly understands his actions? He said that you look like a burnt N-word who should be picking cotton. Now that says all you need to know. He wasn't doing the makeup for beautiful and this. He's doing the makeup for his purpose. He wants to be black. He thinks black is a fashion. He wants to sample what being black looks like. He wants to sample it on his features. He wants that experience. Yeah? You're never gonna get that experience. This leads me on to why this is bad. Now, this is the most important part of the video. Please pay attention and please open your mind. To understand why blackfishing is wrong, and if you're a white person, this is why it's so hard. You have to almost remove the experience that you've had your entire life. You need to detach yourself from that experience, take yourself out of that lens, and put yourself in the lens of a black person. And put yourself in the experience of a black person. That's the only way you can understand why it's wrong. Granted, if you're white, you're not going to understand what it's like to be black. The same way, I'm mixed race, I'm light skinned, I don't understand what it's like to be dark skinned. Now, I'm blessed, absolutely blessed. I'm surrounded by amazing friends, an amazing support system that when I was younger, year 12, year 13 times, kind of 16, 17, when we're all getting close and becoming a family, all my friends, most of my friends are dark skinned, innit? So they were explaining to me where my privilege is. So if I can take myself out of my lens as someone who's experienced racism and a hell of a lot of it, from outright racist words and being called this, that and the other, to not getting into clubs, getting told by people at work, don't your people bust low? Like, these are things that man deals with, you're the ones there. If I've dealt with racism and I can still understand my privilege as a light-skinned person versus a dark-skinned person, a white person can understand their privilege versus someone that does. So to understand why, you have to look back at history. Historically speaking, and I mean historically speaking up until 50 years ago, yeah, as in one of them ones, as in historically speaking up until modern day, the white woman has been the standard of beauty. To this day, really and truly, actually, to this day, white women are viewed as a standard of beauty. You know, the long straight hair. Traditionally it was the thinner lips, like narrower features. As in, this is historically up until today. In today's society, the white woman is still the standard of beauty, but we're a lot more diverse and we're appreciating beauty in different races and cultures. Things like that. But historically speaking, white women were the standard of beauty. So when you have black people, for example, especially black women, but black people in general, being told that your features are ugly, your wide nose is ugly, your thick lips is ugly, your nappy hair and curly hair and thick hair is ugly, you don't have thin features, that there's going to be direct repercussions for that, to a whole racist mentality, to a whole racist mindset. You understand? This isn't something that's like just taught in a history book and it's whatever. Where we are right now is a direct product of where we come from. It's not, just because you're born now, it's not a different world. The world we live in is shaped from where we've come from. So when you've got a whole race that sit on the top of the perch, the social dynamics I meant earlier, the white people essentially, when you got who rule the world and define beauty, and in the media, in history, in exercise books, telling you this and this, through the fact slavery, all this, that and the other, that has direct impacts. Fast forward, Blackface. Blackface is a hugely racist part of history. white people used to make fun of black features in film, would darken their skin, really exaggerated, big red lips, big wide noses, buffoonery, really negative stereotypes, all in blackface, right? This is what we had to deal with, our people. This is what we had to deal with for years, centuries. When modern day comes around, okay, we're still getting bullied in school for having bigger lips. We're still getting bullied in school for having bigger bums or whatever. Dark-skinned women are still getting rah-rah. Then all of a sudden, in 2016 or 2017, whatever year it is that it changed, you've got people who now wanna take our features because it's now a trend. Sorry, you can't pick and choose when you wanna have our features. You, for example, can put your makeup on, do your lips like this, curl your hair, and the next day go back to your normal kind of life and privilege. You know, you've sampled in the blackness and experienced what that looks like and felt that for a bit, and cool. We can't do that. These are our features. These are the features that we can't just change and chop and change with. We are born and raised with this. And we were always told it was ugly. You have to understand that it's kind of like annoying to all of a sudden like see that, I don't know, Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner's made it cool to look like this, when really we've always looked like this. But when for example, the frustration comes like when white people kind of do it, it becomes a trend and a fashion, and it's like they're trying something this and that. We've been doing this. We've been doing this. You're the ones there. So it's frustrating, really, really frustrating. And like, what's that I hear you say? But what about black women? Black women bleach their skin. Black women wear blonde weave. Black women straighten their hair. Why can black women do that, but not white women? What a question. And I'm gonna tell you why that's complete rubbish. Now, black people do this, yeah, or not do this, but some black women and some black people do this because of what I'm telling you. We have been taught that the standard of beauty is lighter skin, thinner features, you know, straighter hair. So where black women bleach their skin and straighten their hair is to fit in with society's idea of beauty. Not because they want to, it's because they hate themselves because of what they've been taught. That's what people need to understand. They hate themselves, even amongst our own community, because of what we've been taught. Black men might even turn against black women, for example, and say that, oh, she's this, she's that, and it reinforce negative stereotypes. No. It's because of the situation that they've been put in, we've all been put in. So I don't want to hear about it. It's because white people do it because it's a trend and it's fashionable and they want to darken their skin and then go back to what they used to without really understanding the repercussions. Does that make sense? Whereas black people don't do that. We do that because we have to fit in. Yeah, of course, we are moving forward as a society and different races are deemed beautiful and this, that and the other. Okay, I get that. But the world we live in and the society we live in, it's not like that. Yeah, maybe the couple people of our generation still think that it isn't like that, whatever. It is like that. I'm telling you, it is like that. This isn't up for debate or discussion. Like, I'm telling you, this is the experience that we've had. And that's why it's important to explain this, because I really want to open people's mind, especially white people, because you have to understand there is a privilege based on your skin color. I've got a privilege, even having experienced hardship as well. But we've all got privilege, and we have to understand our position in the hierarchy in that sense. Does that kind of make sense? Just continuing then, going back to the frustration, for example, as a black person, when white people kind of continue to take culture. One, because historically, white people have taken what they wanted. You know, whether it's people in slavery, whether it's land, you know, it could be anything, whether it's like culture and inspiration, like from fashion, music, whatever. I'm not saying white people steal everything, I'm not. Yeah, don't get offended. But historically, they have. It's facts. Like, so it's one of those ones. So it's frustrating then to watch Bad Barbie, for example, who is a rapper, which is a black, like, she's in hip hop, which is a black form of music, right? Traditionally. She's got 17 million followers now. Why is that? Because she's a white woman doing black things. In society, that seems to be like really favored. Like when you've got like a white person that does black things, it's like, oh, this person's just like expressing herself, blah, blah, blah. But let's be real, she's not a good rapper. She's a white girl who's like 16, 17 years old. She was famous from being on Maury and beefing her mum on TV. Why has she gone platinum and 17 million followers? Do you know how many beautiful, amazingly talented dark-skinned women rappers there are who don't get a look in, who will live and die and no one will know who they are? But then you got this girl who kind of takes the culture and doesn't really give back. So like that's the whole point. The point of all this is that you can immerse yourself in the culture. You can embrace black culture, Asian culture, flipping Turkish culture. You can do it, but pay homage, show love, give back. Don't just take for fashion. Don't just take so you can get your extra likes and pictures because you're extra tanned and you got these nice full lips. Really open your mind to what you're actually doing when you do these things and what that means in a holistic view, and what that actually means. Because in your eyes, yeah, it's just I'm just tanning. I just don't like being pale and this, that, and the other. But you are appropriating another person's race, and without having to deal with what we've dealt with. If you can understand that, honestly, it would be so much easier. It really, really would. I'm not a saint. I'm not like a knowledgeable guy on every single thing. I'm blessed that I've got so many women friends, because I don't understand what it's like to be a woman. So I hold my hands up and I say, I do not understand what it's like to be a woman. I don't understand what it's like to walk around the street at 9 p.m. wearing like skirt or whatever, being minimal clothes and be scared. I don't know what that feels like. I admit that. Because I don't understand what that feels like, I empathize with the woman experience. Simple. If I can do that as a young black male and empathize with women, white people can do that and empathize with race and their position in it. I hope that makes sense. But I'm actually going to leave this video here. I'm not going to talk about the fetishization of black men, by white women. I'm going to save that for another video because I feel like this video has been going on long enough. Please, I really hope you've understood where I'm coming from. Please hit the thumbs up. Please share the video if you have understood. If you haven't understood, please watch the video again or just do some education. Watch the 13th documentary, whatever. Thanks for sticking by. I love you all and peace.